If you're looking for something to give you that little bit of extra energy, then look no further than Rocket Fuel. Great tasting coffee and hot chocolate that packs a punch to help you work and game longer. Check out the link in the description below for a wide range of options available to you. Hi guys, this is Andy from NismoTechUK. Today we're giving an overview for our sponsor Cooler Master. This is the Seidon 120v liquid CPU cooler. Okay, so starting with the front of the box, we have got the Cooler Master logo up at the top here, an image of the Seidon liquid CPU cooler, heatsink and fan, and obviously the actual block itself. The 120v, which is the version that we have here. The socket compatibility down at the bottom. Maintenance free, compact 120mm radiator. Moving on to this side of the box, we got the complete specification. So we got the main system dimension, the CPU block, which is 62 by 62 by 36.4mm. The radiator dimension is 154 by 119 by 27mm. So it's a 27mm thick radiator, made purely from aluminium. The fan on top of this is 120 by 120 by 25mm. So we've got 27mm thickness on the radiator, 25mm thickness on the fan. Now the range of the actual fan is really good. I'm really impressed by this. 600 RPM at its lowest, going up to a total of 2,400 RPM. So effectively, also if it's just idling and not really doing very much, then obviously the fan speed is going to reduce down to low speed, and obviously the noise level from that, from what I can see, is going to be around 19 dBA. If you're looking to push it to its limit, and obviously you're overclocking or you're doing some CPU intensive work on the actual system, the Seidon will run up to 2,400 RPM, up to a maximum of 40 dBA. Obviously the air pressure is really good with 0.31 up to 4.16 mm H2O. We've got a 4-pin connector on the actual fan. It's a rifle bearing. Pump noise level is sort of less than 23 dBA and has a 3-pin connector. And that's about it really with regards to the specification. On this side, we've got a pure copper water block, microchannel technology. It's factory filled and then pressure tested, etc. All the usual good stuff. And on that side, we have an image, a further image of the actual CPU block and heatsink itself. So let's now get into the actual box. Okay, so let's flip up the lid and have a look inside and see what we actually get inside here. As you can see, everything is nicely packed away inside the actual box itself. So let's now have a closer look. First thing I'm going to pull out is the CPU block. Oh no, sorry, is the actual fan itself. So that's really cool. And then we have the radiator, as well as the actual CPU block. So we'll just pop that down to one side, and we have got a set of instructions and also all the connectors and plates that we are going to need. And that's about it for the actual box itself. So I'm just going to pop that down over there. So this is the 120mm fan. I'm not quite sure as to what model this actually is. It's a double ball bearing fan. As I've already mentioned, it's got a really good range with regards to its RPM speeds. So that should fit on there and go really nicely indeed. Okay, so next we're going to come on to the various different leaflets that we have here. So the first one is obviously your warranty information about the actual cooler itself. And then we also have a very simple but detailed installation guide in order to help you install, obviously, for Intel and AMD. So it's really good indeed. The next thing that we've got here, I'm just going to bring the camera down a little bit further so you can have a closer look, are the various different back plates, etc. Just try and get all this out. And the various different screws, etc. So obviously you've got an AMD back plate, which is that fella. dropping everything. We've got Intel on that side, AMD on that side, which is quite cool. We've also got some Cooler Master thermal paste included, and obviously all the various different screws, etc. Okay, so looking a little bit closer at the actual radiator and the CPU block. So we're just going to remove the actual packaging here. So it's nicely packaged. Just move that out of the way. And that there as well. So the first thing we're going to cover is obviously the radiator. Obviously it's 120mm. Obviously with the fan, I'll just grab the fan going on top like that. 27mm in thickness. Looks really nice indeed. Obviously we've got quite a nice bit of density with regards to the fins on the inside, so it's really good indeed. The connectors look to be really secure going into the actual radiator. Obviously you've got this flexible black tubing. Obviously it's already pre-filled. Sorry. We then have obviously the block itself. Obviously we've got a proper copper base on here. Obviously remove that in order to install. Not really. Oh yeah, here we go. There is a bit of movement with regards to angling the actual tubes that come off this, so you are able to angle them to whatever sort of angle you require, depending on your setup. And then coming off from here, you also got the 3-pin connector. And looking up at the top of, let me just move that. Looking at the top of the actual CPU block, obviously we've got the Cooler Master logo on the inside there. So that's about it really. It's very simple, but also quite nice at the same time. We've got quite a lot of length between the radiator and the CPU block, which is really good indeed. So let me just show you a little bit with regards to installation. Okay, so on to the actual installation itself, my usual demo. As you can see at the moment, I've got 3 pins pushed through the back plate, and obviously that would push directly onto the actual motherboard itself. There is one more to do. So obviously depending on what motherboard you are using, depends on obviously whereabouts in line the actual pin goes. And then it's just a case of pushing these little caps over the top, and obviously making sure that they click down into place so they're all nice and secure. Now once you've done that, you then need to grab your Intel bracket or your AMD bracket, obviously again depending on what motherboard CPU you have. I'm going to attempt to show this without trying to make it too difficult to see. The plate then goes literally over the top like so. Once you've done that, obviously your back plate will be through the motherboard. This will be on top of your CPU. You connect it up like so. I'm not really doing the best job of this. You connect it up like so, and then obviously you screw the bolt down on top. Now obviously we are going to be doing an install into a case with this particular CPU cooler, the Seidon 120v. So I'll give you a proper demonstration of that in another video. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to power this up and we're going to have a look to see what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, we've got power now running to the Seidon 120v. Just purely just to show you what this actually looks like when it's going. So we're just going to power that up. As you can see, we've got the fan connected there. It's chucking out a hell of a lot of speed. In fact, I've got that connected the wrong... No, I haven't. No. So that's connected up. So the fan, as you can see, moves a hell of a lot of air. It's quite a noisy fan as well, to be fair, but that is going at full pelt. But more of interest is the actual CPU block, and as you can see, we've got a nice glow blue LED from the actual CPU block itself. So that's what it looks like when it's powered up. Okay, so on to a little bit more technical information and my personal thoughts on the Seidon 120. Cooler Master have produced 3 versions of the Seidon 120. Cooler Master have produced 3 different versions of the Seidon 120. We've got the 120M, the 120V and the 120XL. The 120M is the original cooler in the range and comes with a 27mm thick radiator, and the CPU block on this particular model is a more rounded unit. The upgrade from this is the 120XL, which, as its name suggests, is a bit bigger, has a 38mm thick radiator, and also comes with 2 Blade Master fans for push-pull config. The CPU block on this is also the same as the M version. Now the 120V, which is the one that we just seen, features a 27mm thick radiator and a square CPU block, and the actual block features precision machined microchannels that maximise the amount of water that is in contact with the top of the CPU to obviously dissipate the heat a lot quicker and make it more efficient. The durable FEP tubing that the cooler comes with provides the advantages of nearly no moisture absorption, higher thermal stability, higher pressure tolerance, etc. And in addition to this, the unit is factory filled with coolant, then sealed and pressure tested, so there's no maintenance whatsoever for years to come on the actual CPU block or the actual radiator, or in fact the whole actual package. Personally, I think the CPU block looks really good, although the LED glow could be a lot brighter and potentially a lot more central underneath the actual Cooler Master logo. The FEP tubing is a great length and increases the amount of positions the radiator can be installed into. You don't have to necessarily install it to the rear of the actual case, and also you are able to do push-pull with this unit as well. So the pump is very quiet under power, and the fan at low speeds is also very quiet as well. So if this is going to be your first all-in-one liquid cooler, it really isn't a bad choice for that at all. We will be doing some testing with the actual cooler itself, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel for that and obviously to get the results. But in the meantime, we thank you very much for watching the video, and we look forward to seeing you in our next one. We hoped you liked our video review. If you did, then please leave a like, as well as any comments or questions you may have down below. Full details and specifications on this item can be found at our website, NismoTech.com, along with all the links for purchasing if you wish. Also on our site you'll find our latest reviews and current giveaways, plus a lot more. We look forward to seeing you in our next review.